The price of guns are a little bit too cheap. I mean, they just seem like they're in the hands of everybody. You know, 699 for a rifle, something that could easily kill people, potentially lots of them, in the hands of somebody that could $699. Anybody could afford that. Anybody, even somebody on assistance, anybody could afford it. But it's like I have my 22, but I want one of these other ones, and I can easily afford them, I guess. Are they too cheap? Should they be 25,000 for a gun? Up priced? I mean, it's a high. These metals only last for. I mean, they're a precious. Metals are a precious thing, and they build them, and they only make so much profit off them. Why can't you just buy this for $497? Something that shoots little rockets and kills people. 500 bucks? I think it should be way more than that. Because then everybody and their brothers got this. Should be a $5,000 gun. The price also covers. It's like you're in. You know that if you have okay, that gun's worth 5,000 bucks. You're like, you know how much work I had to do to get this thing that could potentially kill somebody, but it saves my life. This is my precious $5,000 gun. I spent so much, but they're just $499. So it's my only. I did like nothing to get this thing. Ding, 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 you know. But then people are like, boom, they're yeah, like something's way off with the whole thing, guys. You know, even I wouldn't want to see myself with a $499 pistol right here in the thing. But I need one to protect myself because really I take off my shirt and I'm just a normal person. And I generally don't even wear hoodies for that reason. We learned that a while ago. You always knew how you looked in a hoodie. Looked a little bit, you'd wear it when you're walking to the convenience store, going to get some smokes maybe, or whatever, maybe some popping chips. You know how it looks. You put your hood on, you know that you put your hood on a certain way when someone sees you or whatever to let them know that you're a nice person. The gun thing, I don't know, maybe it's too cheap. Not only the laws are off, but maybe it's just too cheap too. The prices are off as well. But as time goes on and transitions of power, things like that can be put into action. I think some guns should be legalized for general society, the lower end ones, like we already have the air guns, but maybe even some of the smaller light ones of the firearm variety but with some great stipulations. Higher pricing, what could be one, as well as criminal record check as well, as long as there's no violent crimes that were deemed to be self-defense and things in reality. Well, you can get expungement and things with good behavior and things over time anyway, but maybe even a great age limit, like maybe 35 and over could buy them. Asset evaluation. Like you can't buy that specific firearm unless you're an owner of at least an e-bike vehicle or anything like that. So then you're just not a person that's hungry and starving and walking around and you're able to have a gun. Definitely probably not handguns. You'd have to have an apartment with a proper case. Maybe a small time, like one of those little tiny 30-30 shotguns or something like that to protect your home with or your apartment. If it got really bad, you could, or to hunt, to be able to hunt. I can't even go hunting. Am I going to hunt with this little 22 air gun? Like there's all different options. Even 22 calibers. And there's even smaller than a 22, but you don't want to do even smaller than a 22. But you could sit down and look at it. What's a small shotgun? Not a 12 gauge. Maybe even just a shotgun. Yeah, a shotgun would be my opinion. Not even a rifle, because rifles can go long distances. Then you got to worry about people shooting people from long distances, and you not know in case there is that illegal market. But how about like maybe a nice, decent, small or Yeah, like a smaller gauged shotgun. Let me see here. 20 gauge. Oh, the 20 gauge is actually the higher they go, the sorry about that. The higher they go with the gauges, the smaller it is. 20 gauge, 410. Actually, I think those are the ones like kids used to have when I was in school. 410 shotgun. Like this one, Mossberg 500 Feel 410 pump shot. It's got the 410 bore on it. It's a certain kind of muzzle bore or whatever. Fixed full choke. Bore is the barrel type, I believe. The choke is the end of the barrel. What the muzzle of it, sort of thing, and which restriction it has on it, sort of thing. Without a bore guide, a ramrod can ruin your barrel. Rifling ruined by ramrod. New barrel. Smooth bore shotgun barrel. So it's a smooth barrel, I believe, on that one, not rifled. Kind of like this one is. This is a 12 gauge. Ooh, now round. Yeah, they got the 410 shoddy. Let's see. But I know a lot of people that shot shotguns where they don't deserve to shoot a gun in reality. But somebody gave them that permission to shoot it. Uh, but can they afford one to buy themselves, or did Daddy give them it? I got sick of Daddy giving it to me. I wanted to get it myself. But for instance, this is one way of getting it yourself. Like I think there needs to be law adjustments in Canada, such as the allowance of a larger gauge shotgun for anybody without the PAL. Not anybody, like I said, there was those restrictions. Maybe a larger age, 35 or over, certain assets and whatnot, and many other things. To be able to legally buy it, say at Canadian Tire, to protect their home, to protect my apartment. I've been home invaded and taken advantage of by who knows what. But that just simply having a 410 shotgun at home would keep my $2,000 laptop safe that I use to order Amazon that has my birth things on it. Like, it has everything I need for my health, everything. It's my whole life. Without it, I'd be dead on the street, dead on the street, dead on the street. But I can afford this, that, and the other. I have things that are worth way more money than a $500 shotgun. But some criminal can just come in here with a $500 shotgun and just take it away from me illegally. That's where we're at right now, where that's going to be happening to many people across Canada since 1977. They've been doing it to us since 1977. We've been ending up like this, a lot of us. Rabbits, dead rabbits, some of us. Yeah, they kill rabbits too. Yeah. So I think eventually it'll change, and if not, I will get that PAL eventually. And like I said, I got my air gun here. It's a 22 caliber. It's doing its job to a certain degree. Okay, but nothing's more reliable than that traditional gunpowder. It's just so more reliable. When you shoot and you fire, you know for sure those cartridges that you put in the gun are going to be good to go. You know almost like 99.9% when you fire when you pull the trigger that is going to eject out the trigger or eject out the that it's going to be fired out the barrel and that the damage would be taking place so that you know there's a guarantee with